A grey morning envelops the military base as Sergeant Jake Daniels, a battle-hardened veteran, finishes his early routine. With his eyes set on the horizon, he steadies his breath before donning the body armor of duty. On his left side stands his ever-faithful companion, K9 Hero, an experienced military service dog whose fur bears the marks of past skirmishes and scars from training exercises. Despite those trials, K9 Hero's eyes shine with determination and loyalty that is as boundless as his heart. The day begins with routine drills. Soldiers and their partners move in synchronized steps along the training field. As the narrator's voice unfolds over the scene, the bond between man and K9 is palpable, a union forged not only by training but also by shared hardship and hope. Sergeant Jake Daniels moves with purpose. Despite the heavy burdens of memories, loss of comrades, the weight of traumatic experiences, his gaze remains resolute. K9 Hero, too, carries echoes of a difficult past, having narrowly escaped retirement after sustaining injuries in an earlier training run. Their silent connection speaks of an unspoken promise. No matter what, they will always have each other's back. Without warning, the peace is shattered. Amid an urban warfare simulation on a civilian-packed training ground turned realistic accident zone, a building once staged as a practice structure begins to shudder under the strain of structural faults. The ground trembles violently as brick and concrete cascade like a dark waterfall onto the street below. Amid the cacophony of alarms, the narrative captures chaos that seems to echo the inner turmoil of every soldier present. Inside the collapsing edifice, Sergeant Jake Daniels, who had been scouting for rescue team objectives, finds himself trapped. The structure groans in protest as heavy beams and rubble seal the exit, plunging the area into darkness and uncertainty. Dust and debris fill the air. The narrator describes every second with vivid detail, capturing the desperation that creeps into the heart of every witness. Outside, amidst panic and the initial shock, fellow soldiers begin an orderly search to locate survivors, all while under the impression that time is not on their side. As the dust settles, early reports ominously suggest that Sergeant Jake Daniels might have perished beneath the wreckage. His comrades, though holding on to hope, brace themselves for the worst. In contrast, K9 Hero is not ready to succumb to despair. The dog's instincts, honed through years of training and hardened by past wounds, spark within him an unwavering determination that will defy the bleak assumptions of human limitation. The narrative shifts focus to K9 Hero as he stands at the edge of chaos. In an incredible display of loyalty, the service dog circles the collapsed building repeatedly. While the rescuers temporarily divert their attention to other critical areas, K9 Hero, undeterred and guided by memories of his bond with Sergeant Jake, refuses to believe that his partner is gone. Every bark, every determined sniff, speaks volumes more than words can convey. The narrator explains how K9 Hero had always possessed an almost supernatural intuition. His keen sense of smell and extraordinary hearing allow him to detect even the faintest hint of life beneath the rubble. The dog's inner resolve, fueled by the memory of shared hardships and the promise of surviving another day alongside his human counterpart, compels him to press on. Days seem to blur into a singular, relentless moment for K9 Hero. The sound of collapsing debris, the shouts of frustrated rescuers, and the lull of silence that sometimes overtakes the chaos are all intermingled with the tireless determination of one extraordinary animal. Through each peril and every setback, K9 Hero remains in place, a sentry bound by loyalty, refusing to be swayed by doubt, no matter how grim the circumstances might appear. Inside the dark entrapment, Sergeant Jake Daniels clings to life. Rendered severely injured by falling debris, the soldier's body trembles with pain and shock. The atmosphere is thick with dust and despair as he battles not only physical agony, but also the ghosts of his past. Memories of lost comrades, sudden explosions, and the heart-wrenching cries of those left behind flash before his eyes in stark, unrelenting clarity. Each heartbeat becomes a reminder of survival against all odds, and the overwhelming darkness around him feels insurmountable. In a pivotal moment captured with empathetic narration, Sergeant Jake finds solace in a faint sound, a series of barks that slice through his numbness. The presence of K9 Hero, discernible even in the chaos, is a spark of hope in the pervasive gloom. Though words remain unspoken, the bond between them transforms into an unyielding resolve to fight on, to conquer despair, and to reclaim life from the clutches of impending doom. The soldier's inner dialogue weaves together a tapestry of memories and promises made long ago, reinforcing that his survival is not only his own battle, but also a testament to the unbreakable human-animal connection. Outside, the rescue operation staggers under the weight of urgency. Commanders deliberate while the clock ticks mercilessly, and hope flickers faintly under the pressure of inevitable despair. Amid the confusion, K9 Hero's persistence forces the leaders to reconsider the search zones. His relentless positioning near the collapsed building and his repeated barking prove to be an anomaly the seasoned rescuers cannot ignore. A skilled officer, sensing the unspoken language of loyalty in K9 Hero's actions, orders an immediate, focused excavation of the area where the dog continuously lingers. The narrative spells out every painstaking moment, delicate dust being brushed aside, shards of concrete removed piece by piece, and the persistent focus of the rescue team as they follow the hound's lead. Every fragment of hope collected by K9 Hero culminates in the discovery of Sergeant Jake Daniels, buried under a precarious layer of rubble, a man who was presumed dead but had clung to life by a thread of determination. In this moment of revelation, when the diggers finally part the rubble to expose the wounded soldier's face, the entire rescue team shares an emotional silence. The soldier's eyes, clouded with pain yet burning with a rekindled will to survive, meet those of K9 Hero, a look that speaks of shared battles and the enduring power of loyalty. The urgency in the rescue zone escalates. Quickly but carefully, the team works to extricate Sergeant Jake Daniels from his precarious confinement. The soldier is sedated and stabilized, each movement a delicate dance between hope and despair. The narrative details every moment, the rhythmic beep of monitoring equipment, the soft reassurances muttered by fellow soldiers, and the watchful presence of K9 Hero, who remains close by, guarding his partner as if to say, "I am here, you will not let go." In the aftermath of the rescue, K9 Hero's heroic act becomes the catalyst for a deeper exploration of the soldier's layered pain and eventual healing. As he is wheeled into a nearby field hospital, the narrative shifts its tone to one of tentative hope. Within the hospital's sterile corridors, Sergeant Jake Daniels embarks on the grueling path of physical recovery. Every setback and every small victory along the rehabilitation journey is documented meticulously, painting a picture of a man forging new strength from the ashes of his trauma. During recovery sessions, flashbacks of near-death experiences and losses resurface, yet in these dark moments, the silent comfort of K9 Hero is ever present. The dog, allowed into the recovery ward, offers gentle nudges and soft licks, as though reminding Jake that his struggles need not be faced alone. The narrative captures the slow, almost imperceptible changes as Sergeant Jake rediscovers hope, bolstered by the unwavering presence of his partner. Every time the dog barks or rests his head on the soldier's arm, a shared understanding passes between them, a language of loyalty that transcends words. Time advances, and with it comes the gradual but inevitable improvement. Physical scars begin to fade, and the deep psychological wounds start to close as well. In a quiet corner of the hospital's rehabilitation center, Sergeant Jake Daniels reflects on the road behind him. Though every step has been marked by pain and loss, there is also healing, nurtured by the devoted companionship of K9 Hero. In a touching moment of introspection, Jake gazes at a framed photo of his fallen comrades and whispers to K9 Hero about promises made and futures to be reclaimed. The narrative recounts this scene with vivid imagery, soft light filtering through the window, the gentle hum of the machines, and the dedicated looks from fellow soldiers. The soldier's inner transformation is palpable, a metamorphosis from a man burdened by sorrow to one who recognizes the unbreakable spirit of resilience and the beauty of second chances. Word of K9 Hero's extraordinary actions quickly spreads throughout the military community. A grand ceremony is organized on base, where the service dog receives official recognition and honors for his act of bravery. The ceremony is marked with national anthems, proud speeches from high-ranking officials, and the emotional reflections of those who witnessed the rescue. During the ceremony, Sergeant Jake Daniels is invited to speak, his voice filled with gratitude and humility. The narrator describes the scene as one of profound emotion, a recognition of all that had been sacrificed, and the unspoken truths of loyalty, courage, and healing. Jake's words, while measured and respectful, capture the essence of a bond that cannot be encapsulated solely by military accolades. He speaks of K9 Hero not just as a soldier's companion, but as a guardian, angel who led him back from the brink of death. Every eye in the crowd glistens with tears as his speech underscores the deep connection that transcends formal honor. Months pass, and life takes on a renewed purpose for Sergeant Jake Daniels. The recovery process, while never completely erasing the scars of battle and loss, ignites a passion to ensure that others facing similar struggles find support. Inspired by the unwavering loyalty and heroism of K9 Hero, Jake forms a non-profit organization dedicated to helping veterans rebuild their lives with the assistance of trained service dogs. The narrator details the formation of the non-profit with reverence, a humble beginning in a small office where flyers are posted and meetings are held, growing over time into a beacon of hope for countless veterans. The non-profit's mission is clear: facilitate healing through the unique partnership between veterans and service animals, reinforcing the belief that the connection between human and dog can lead to new beginnings, empathy, and strength. Jake's organization garners support from the military community, local businesses and families alike, becoming a symbol of redemption and renewed purpose. Throughout the narrative, the non-profit's impact is chronicled through testimonials and quiet moments of shared achievement. Veterans who had once felt isolated in their struggle now smile again as the presence of a loyal companion transforms their lives. K9 Hero, whose own battles had nearly ended his military career, reclaims his dignity and serves as a living testament to the power of second chances and the healing magic of unconditional love. In the final act of our story, the day settles softly into dusk. The base is calmer now, the earlier chaos a distant memory replaced by hope and steady progress. Sergeant Jake Daniels and K9 Hero find a quiet spot away from the bustle, a place where the echoes of explosions and chaos are replaced by the gentle cadence of nature. The narrator paints an image of this peaceful scene, the sky illuminated by the blush of twilight, the soft murmur of a nearby stream, and the quiet companionship shared between a man and his loyal service dog. Jake rests his head against a time-worn bench, a slight smile warming his face, as K9 Hero nestles close by, head resting on his partner's knee. Their eyes meet, speaking volumes of gratitude, respect, and an enduring promise that binds them together. In that tender moment, the script underlines the true meaning of their journey, the healing power of loyalty and the unspoken bond that overcomes the darkest of days. Their eyes tell a story of sacrifice, resilience, and the transcendence of pain through genuine connection, a story that continues to inspire all who hear it. Years later, the non-profit organization established by Sergeant Jake Daniels thrives as a source of strength and communal healing. Veterans who once lost themselves in the depths of despair now find a renewed purpose through the companionship and support provided by trained service dogs. In quiet moments during organizational events, Jake often recalls the day when K9 Hero's persistent barking led rescuers to him, a moment that not only saved his life, but also reshaped his destiny. The narrator's reflective tone carries us into an epilogue that stands as a testament to the indomitable spirit of both man and beast. Jake's organization becomes an enduring legacy, a vibrant reminder that even in the face of calamity, hope can be kindled through the power of loyalty and a steadfast bond that transcends the boundaries of language and pain. In classrooms, military, halls and community centers, the story of Sergeant Jake Daniels and K9 Hero is recounted as a beacon of second chances. Their journey, marked by courage in the face of insurmountable odds, is celebrated not only in official commendations, but also in the everyday triumphs of veterans who reclaim their lives, bolstered by the support of their four-legged partners. As dusk settles over the base one final time, our narrator reminds us that true heroism is found in quiet moments of persistence and in the silent language of love that binds us all, human and animal alike. It is a legacy of sacrifice, a promise of healing, and above all a celebration of the unyielding bond that defines what it means to serve, to endure, and to rise again. In the twilight of broken rubble and new beginnings, the tale of Sergeant Jake Daniels and K9 Hero stands as a powerful testimony to the strength of loyalty and the transformative power of hope. Their journey through dark depths and into the light, through pain and recovery, is an enduring reminder that sometimes the greatest rescue comes not with words, but with steadfast, silent devotion. Their story is etched in the hearts of those who believe that even in our most desperate moments, love and commitment have the power to pull us back from the edge and lead us toward healing, redemption, and a future where every life saved becomes a beacon of hope for others in need.